Okay, well I got the Fresnel lens and I thought it was a part in the back, and she sort of went crack as I went to pull it a little bit hard. That's the whole thing there. Honestly, I've probably lost about 15% off the top there. What I really need to do is just chuck that, melt there with a soldering iron, and there, and she'll be good. Now, I didn't quite realise that it's there's sometimes when you should watch the YouTube tutorials before you just rip into things. Quite honestly, the top of this TV was cracked. They'd held it in with a bit of wood. I ripped a bit of wood off, and it was just, you know, the screws are broken along the top. I can't remember, I think this might have been the top. But anyway, I gave it a pull, and, you know, tried to twang the middle in to get it to come out, but decided it was easier to break. They've got this sort of black line screen bullshit on the front, as you can see there. And the idea of all this is to make it look like it's pixels. Now, you couldn't make this up, but in coming along, I don't know if it was this edge, or it may have been that edge there, it decided that a little bloody 3/4 inch bit of packing tape would rather hold and the Fresnel lens would break. I was trying to tear all this off, you see, and it was easier for it to crack the damn Fresnel lens than it was to break a bit of, oh hell, you know, it's probably not even 3/4 inch, it's probably only 1/2 inch, 20-year-old clear packing tape. One thing they don't tell you is these are incredibly flimsy. If they're going to break before the packing tape that's 20-year-old is going to break. Yeah. Anyway, another thing you wouldn't see, oh, green power science, that, you know, it shows them doing this and it shows them, they run a Stirling engine and they do everything. Yeah, I know. One problem though, it makes a very successful YouTube channel to only show successes. And this is what they don't talk about, although there is a couple of videos on it. This is most likely a linear lens. Now the spot Fresnel lens will melt copper and do magical stuff, but the linear one, you're battling to even get anything to light up, to start smoking, to do anything. In fact, in my experiments with this, I've realised that it's just sort of good at burning your toes a little bit after you're sitting there for 5 seconds. I'm probably still going to use it. You know, I'll make a frame that sort of follows that and I'll fix the cracks that are moving in. But really speaking, you know, go down to the dollar store and buy yourself 20 or 30 magnifying glasses and you probably pretty much got the same thing. It may be easier for you to do that versus go hunting around for a rare projection TV, many of which have gone in landfill 15 years ago. So just consider maybe just go down and buy yourself 30 magnifying glasses, because quite honestly, it's probably about the same power as this thing. If it's overcast, as it's started to get a bit overcast now, it's absolutely useless. You can't even warm your toes with the damn thing. It's only when it's actual full sun that it starts to make your toes feel a bit hot after 5 seconds. I think you could cook certain things with it. Yeah, you know. But don't think it's all going to be magic. And it seems as though the older ones are spot lenses, and the, you know, the new ones are linear, and one of them will give you like a rectangular shape versus that actual perfect focus point. And yeah, it's they're incredibly weak. When you see all these people using them outside with a single frame going around and they haven't got a single crack one, honestly, if this thing blew down in the wind and hit the ground, you'd crack it from one side or the other. And you know, 20-year-old packing tape was holding on while this was going to crack. I could not actually believe how weak it was. And I probably should have taken the time to gingerly pull it apart and all that, but, you know, I didn't watch any tutorials. and I haven't watched any about them for probably 5 years or more before I just tore straight in, and lo and behold, it's at the front. It's basically your sheet that's like what it projects onto, and so you've got like it's clear, but it's sort of frosted at the same time. It's a bit like frosted glass. It's sort of clear and will let the light through, but it's actually frosted as well. The other interesting thing is the fact that what it's projecting off is actually about 75% the size of the damn screen. So if that's the case, yeah, it means it's only increasing the size of the actual image an extra 1/4, an extra 25% of what it is coming off this. By the way, this is just like some shitty little cellophane type stuff. I must admit though, it's a very, very clear screen, especially when you don't put a dimple in the lower part with your finger beforehand. Anyway, that's what it all is, and I really don't think they're as absolutely miracle cracked up as you may have expected. And if you're dying for one, and if you've been putting up ads and arcsing around looking for rare projection TV, do yourself a favour, go buy yourself 30 magnifying glasses from the dollar store, and you're already there.